Check up. 40.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. No. Check that. We don't like 52.
Luck on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike. 12. Defense, keep it up.
Throwing again on second down. Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes a start right out of them.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They'll run here with Balaj. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the delay, it's Balaj. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. And a Dolphin first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Rosen airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Balaj. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Rose into his tight end, Gesicki. 12 more yards there and another first down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. Rosen on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Let's go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
11.
Out of the gun, Luck. And he gets it to Funchess complete. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Luck to Mack on the draw. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Now Luck. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Luck. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To try again after the sack. Rosen. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jabal Sheard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funches. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Go, go.
On 1st down, Locke. Able to find the rookie from Ohio State, Paris Campbell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mack. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I know you feel it. At the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 21-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Locke. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
39-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Rosen. Now a short one to Gesicki. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Balaj. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Center's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So the false start will back them up 5. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. And now it's Rosen looking. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, Mack. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Check out. 380. Two times. Hey, we got 12. 58, right over there.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. The throw by Luck complete to his tight end, Ebron. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On the draw, Luck's going to give this to Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Caught left side by Funches. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Luck. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch the twin.
They'll go with Foreman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They run again with Foreman. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A shotgun snap for Locke. His pass caught at the 4. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A gain of 5, but not enough, leads to a 4th and goal. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rosen. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 33. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he is all the way up past the 25. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's into the clear, past the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, he scored on the ground and through the air, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Luck looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Able to find Deion Kane complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Luck now to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Luck able to get this one to Mack. Space to run past the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down, Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now it's Rosen. He's got it. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal. They'll stay on the ground, Balaj again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their plays.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Charles Harris able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Locke. Catch made here by Campbell. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now Locke. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Locke now to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Locke. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Just like that. 11.
Out of the gun, Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Luck throwing again. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Luck. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for a very important punt here in overtime. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now what can Rosen do here at OT? Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down, Miami.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Rosen to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Balaj. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Dolphins, they inch closer to respectability now at 3 and 6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5 and 4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah. Wanna be a bitch,